Good evening, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen. This is your friend Jack from Jerusalem. And now, today, I need to talk about some issue as already we know what is going on in our continent, as called Africa, and what we need in our future in order to let to new generation to be in higher life and in the paradise life. Especially we know our grandfathers, they've been fighting for freedom and they make that freedom and they let us to born free. And also today we face us the challenge and termination, and also it's facing us the disaster and always happening in our countries, in different countries in our continent, genocide taking the place. So what we have to do in order to stop that genocide are taking the place in Africa day and night. Our people die like a fly, and even we are not cry. Today, it is my single honor to face you to talk about Africa and to send a message for those new generation that they born in the genocide time in order to control the Africa to not happen again and again a genocide. One, we believe as the African and Africa it is ours, and we know all those problems in us, and nobody can stop that problem, and nobody can make it as a peace, and nobody can use to be in that challenge. Just all we are the African brothers and sisters and ladies and gentlemen. I am talking generally African, not talk about especially one country. I know a lot of country in Africa, in our country, facing a different challenge today. Especially a nation die because no health, no water, no hospital, no food, no nothing. Disease come by the million of diseases. People in over the world make it a problem in order to check up how their medicines work even in Africa. We know what is happening in Liberia. We know what is going on in Darfur. We know what is happening in South Sudan, between Sudan. We know what is going on in Chad. We know what is going on in Somalia. We know how many thousand or million of the Eritrean left their country because of that issue. We know what is going on in Benin. We know what is going in Congo Democracy. We know what is happening in Rwanda time. We know what is happening also in Uganda. We know what is going on in Boko Haram in Nigeria. We know what is going on in Somalia. We know what is happening in South Africa. And now a lot of our leaders told us about the truth, what we have to do, especially in order to stop that challenge. Today we had someone by the name of God and selling us to us, especially the African. He's a higher leader and the commander, and it's called Lumumba is the one hero and above to Africa, and what he tended to, it is not for those people that they take in the place of the president or as the member of the parliaments. His message to new generation that they born in the genocide time, in the challenge time, in the hunger time, and the disease time, to open their mind how to control the Africa by the great opportunity and the hope to lead Africa well and to make it everything on the table. We know our grandfather led us to born a democracy, but today we face the challenge of a dictator. We know thousands of our countrymen or hundreds of our countrymen as the presidents. They taking the dictatorial place. But it is not our issue, that is not our mind, that is not our future. We need to stop all that things. We know that happened before 100 million years ago between us and Europe. The European took our grandfathers and grandmothers there in country to make them slavery. But today we still seeing and seeking by slavery politician. Yes, we think that it's not slavery anymore in Africa, but in my mind, what I understand that is still mind of those diseased people continually in our country using the slaver us as the slavers. We cross the borders running from country to country, running from Africa to Europe, or Africa to America, Africa to Australia, Africa to any places in over the world. This is one of the big slavery ideas is still working in our country. Thanks. We know as the African what it happened in Libya and what is still going on in Libya right now. It is not the thing, it is not my idea or mythology of the Libyan people as using to make it that problem or that slavery is to our people. It's the same idea as it happened before 100 million years, using to our grandfathers as the slavers. And now politicians taking the place, changing by the different mind and different idea and different technology. Those people are sending to our people to Europe by the thief and die like a fly sometime, day and night. And even the mind as it's been working to African people to come to Egypt and cross the border to come to Israel. And I am one of them. And I need to talk about this issue. Thousands, hundreds, our people at the African, they've been killed in Sinai border between Israel and Sinai. Nobody know who killed them. Nobody know exactly why they died. But we as the people been lucky as one of those groups crossed the border, came to Israel. And now I am talking in Jerusalem. We know who killed those people. And we know why those people died. And now we understood what has happened. The people think sometime and say, if you want to know what is the challenge and what is the problem, what is the genocide, if not happened to you, you cannot understand well. Even if you read the books enough and you not see by your eyes or not happen in your front of your family and your own country, you cannot understand what does that mean, the genocide, what does that mean, slavery. Brothers and sisters, all Africa, it is your friend and it is your honor, brothers, talking about the Africa. I don't have any idea to talk about, just only in all my life I pay to myself to Africa in order to talk day and night about Africa as the Africa, to be seriously and to be careful how to live and how to be alive and to how to make it the great life in our country. Yeah, day and night we see and we watch the world by the different ways, by the different technology, what is going on in Europe and what is happening in Africa. If we not be together and to make it as a country great together at the life of Africa, nobody can come to make it the peace. We don't have to be like those people that they blame themselves. We know like 100 years later, we've been blaming ourselves. Each of our countries, if they make it some problem or happen some problem in our country, we just call into UN. We call in the European Union. We send our higher leader to White House to talk about our issue. But nobody can fix it. That's a problem. Nobody can listen what you talking about it in White House. Nobody can understand you well why you arrive to go to Europe and to talk in front of the European Union as you African have a problem in your own country. Day and night we know as the leaders, you especially, all the president of Africa. We born in Africa, and we as an African, we be proud always as an African, but we understand as you make that idea how to become together to make it the African Union. And I came here today to talk about this issue. Why we have, or you create that idea to become together to make it the African Union, and our union doesn't work and going to us, the European Union, to help our continent at the Africa. I need answer for this issue. Second, we said we have IGAD. What I don't understand today what does that mean, IGAD, but especially you as a president, I am asking you. If you understand what does that mean, IGAD, and day and night you came to Ethiopia in Addis Ababa to discuss about IGAD, how to fix our problem and to stop the genocide in Africa. And you day and night doesn't use to stop nothing. What I want to tell you, those places that you go or you went to, day and night are you going to discuss about the Africa, you must believe me and not believe, doesn't matter. You must know for sure and seriously nobody can fix that problem as the facing you as the African leader. Just only you by yourself, brothers and sisters, to sit together, to respect each other and to discuss and to sign how to stop. That's a problem. 2, I don't want to tell you to go to fight. I want to tell you to go to right direction, in the right direction. What does that call me? A lot of African higher leaders, they think what is going to stop the problem in our country is just only the gun, but the gun doesn't work in our community as we are the African. We are one family and one nation. When you use gun to kill someone else as making the problem or using the wrong idea in order to kill them and to stop the problem, there is no issue can stop that problem in our continent. What I think, all of us, we must sit together and see on what let's go to check up, especially for those countries that they have right now in this moment facing the genocide day and night. Especially one, first of all, we need to fix that problem. What is that called? Boko Haram. It is not mean to kill the Boko Haram. It is not mean to kill his army people. It's not mean to kill his idea. It's mean we must to sit with Boko Haram face to face and to talk, to understand what exactly he need in Africa and what he need in his own country especially, and why he used to be against with gun and kill and rape the woman. One issue. Fix this problem. If we need, Africa will be safe, better as we're thinking about it. 2. All of us, we know what does that mean, South Sudan. South Sudan is a new country. In South Sudan, as we've been dreaming for day and night, that the country is going to make it all the peace in our continent. But oppositely, because they are diamond on their oil, I don't know, and because they are young, because they came new and they don't understand even. Some enemy ideas come between them and make it that decision in order to kill their self. To fix that problem between those nations. It is not a mean to stop those guys as they against the president, or to stop the president as he taking the place, wrong place, as the president of South Sudan. We, or you especially, I must put myself inside because I am African. Doesn't matter if I am not a higher leader, but I want to say this is our problem. We must to put those guys in one place. To understand well, it's not me. I am not talking about to talk with what is called a president, and then to go to talk against a president doesn't fix the problem. We need to talk together. We need to put them together and to talk together, to answer each other and to ask each other, and to know exactly what is the president need to and what is against need to, in order to fix it as a problem and to make it as a peace great. We're not using to make it a peace because of two of those guys, Salva Kiir and Riek Machar. We need to make it the peace and to make it the great life for those new generation that they born in the genocide time. Africa. That work you must do. Somal. We say day and night our people is a Somalian. Day and night they die like a fly. And nobody know what is going on exactly. Even me, by myself, I don't know what is the reason in Somal. But we must to go to see what is the disease in Somal killing our brothers. Fix this problem. Stop this challenge. In order to see our people in the higher life. Somalia is a place, Somalian country, this especially this country, is the place contact us or connect us with European. By the seaway and desert place is we must protect this place. Seriously, it does not mean where the Somal is not, doesn't matter. If all of us, we must to have idea how to control Somal, not control to kill the Somalian, to control to have a good idea to work with this nation because we are one nation. Third, there is a place is called Eritrea. It's a small country and it is so great country place. Those people, they are stronger people. They are a small nation. There is no any place or no any country they have a small nation like Eritrea. When the Eritrea had defended, yeah, we born already that time. And we don't know what has happened between Eritrea and Ethiopia. Doesn't matter, it's past. We need to think about the new generation. We need to think about the new idea. We need to think about the new future. We don't want to see more problem between Eritrea and Ethiopia. We need to fix even the problem inside Eritrea. Siyaset Afwerki is the man, but the ideas he took now is the enemy idea, is not his idea. Believe me or no. I have a lot of friends from Eritrea. We met in Egypt and we crossed the border. We came to Israel together. They told me what is their experience. They told me what is going on in Eritrea. They told me what is the beginning of Eritrea. They told me what is changed after 10 years, after divided 10 years, what has changed the mind of the Siasi Fork. Siasi, you must to become a back. You must to realize, you must to know why you've been holding the gun in order to take that place. It's called Eritrea. You know how many people you lose to. Even a lot of Eritrean, they have family today in what is that place called, what is Ethiopia. And Ethiopia and Eritrea. And even you know what has happened between you and Ethiopia and Djibouti, and where you know how much people you lose. And in my mind, that does not mean that you lose the people. That doesn't mean we as African we lose our people, our nation. Today you know thousands or hundreds of millions of Eritreans cross the border alive in other countries. And if we need to talk about those people that they died in Sinai, or those people that they died in the sea, as Eritrean especially, they by themselves, all those people that they died, they will become one country. But we will not see that when we're not thinking about those people. I want to say that's enough. What is happening is enough. You must stop what is going on in Eritrea. There is no any issue, there is no any problem, there is no any disease, there is no anything is going in Eritrea in order to let to Eritrean people to leave Eritrea or Africa to go to another country to die like a fly. Just only one idea, change your idea in order to become dictator or to take the criminal mind to live your mind as the original life. Change that way. Doesn't help you, doesn't help our Africa, doesn't help your own country, doesn't help nothing. Just only you're losing your time and you are losing our people as the African Eritrean. Brother, if you come, I calling you the brother and president. I calling you a brother because you are African and I'm African. I'm calling you president because you're taking the place of Eritrea. But if you believe me or not believe me, you must stop that problem. That idea doesn't help you as you used to. If you come outside to see what is the problem or what is the determination facing your own people, tomorrow you can raise your hand up and say, sorry, come back all Eritrean, I am not president anymore. The people doesn't say you are not good, but you used to do good. But today you took the enemy's idea. I just seriously, and believe me or not, I just want to tell you the truth. A lot of your nation as facing me and talk to me, they say, you are not a bad man, but you, after 10 years, you took the mind of the criminal in order to lose your people and to lose your country. Look what has happened between 5 years and 10 years ago before. Your country come down. I'm not mean your country come down. Our countries come down, and this is one of Africa. We don't want to see any more of this. Please change this idea. It is your friend, or it is your brother, it is your son. It's called Jack Fogobolboli from Darfur, sending you this point or this idea, this in order to stop. Please. Day and night we are crying together, and we need to talk about the future. I'm not talking even about those people that they die. I'm not need to you change their life because of those people that are right now in our life. I need to you change the mythology as you checking now from those people that the criminal They need to you red your country, change that way in order to new generation that they born in this time to become a free. I have to go move to my own country. It's called Sudan. Sudan, I'm very sorry for that. Even sometimes when I say Sudan, all my body stand up. I don't know what I have to do for this. Even sometimes I'm thinking big. What is going on in Sudan? It is not is called termination. We've been thinking for big idea in order to make it our country, as the Sudan especially, higher beef price. We know we have more than 45 million people in our country as a Sudanese. Doesn't matter if you are Sudanese or doesn't matter if you come where you come from. But today, already the enemy ideas came in our country, and our brothers as the South Sudanese, they separate from us as the South Sudanese. But they are not far away from us, where we still one family. Doesn't matter if you are South Sudanese or we are Sudanese. We are one. And when I'm going to talk about al-Bashir with his people as a member of the parliament, brothers and sisters and all those people that are on the top, if you believe me or not, I know what is going on in our country. These ideas you took now, it is not our idea. This mind has controlled you in these 20 years. It is not Sudanese idea. I know you are just only like a pictures in our parliament. And why I'm saying that, and I am sorry to say that, because you are not going to discuss in your own mind. Day and night, you are discussing in the mind of the enemy. We know especially who day and night working hard in order to destroy the Sudan. We had it. But doesn't work more. You know how many people they are stand up against you as al-Bashir with your member of the parliament in Sudan especially? You know why? You don't know why. But I will tell you truth now. All those people that they have a chairs, the members in the parliament, and you Bashir as the president of Sudan, you just only had hiding all day and night the mind of the criminal and put on the table of our parliament and then discussing about it, and you don't know where the right way or where the wrong way, and you took always the opposite way how to kill your nation. I am asking today, if any one of you as a parent, let to Bashir outside, if any one of you as a member of this parliament taking the power and taking the place and taking the idea in order to solve the problems, but you make it more, if you know why you're using to kill your people, please can you tell me about it? You've been controlling the Sudan and fighting the South Sudanese people for 22 years until you kill the higher leader is called Dr. Jongra. In 2011, South Sudan separated from us as their country. Before that, You been know South Sudan is going to separate. You start to sign the new idea of the enemy in order to fight the Darfurian people, to bomb the Darfur. We know hundreds of the Darfurian people, they are member of this parliament, and you don't know what is going on, especially in our area is called Darfur. A lot of 5 years later, a lot of Nuba Mountain and Blue Nile people especially know what is going on in Darfur. Already they make by themselves, because some of them the members, some of them in Nuba Mountain, they bomb Nuba Mountain and Blue Nile. Why did happen? Thousands of you or of us holding the gun against Bashir by different sides. The place is called Nuba Mountain. The place is called Darfur. The place is called Blue Nile, and what place is called Shimalia. Even I don't know where is it. Holding the gun, fighting for the president. Holding the gun, fighting your nation. You think day and night you holding the gun as the against. You holding the gun as the movement, but you don't know where you go to fight. It's the same gun where you had for, and the Bashir bring it for, from one enemy. Believe me or not, Bashir going to buy the narcotics and high guns and weapons from the same personnel as you, as the movement from Darfur or Nuba Mountain or Blue Nile going to buy it. When you came back, you fight each other and you killing our nation as the Sudanese. This mind doesn't work, man. This mind is called termination mind, disaster mind, criminal mind, using you to be the criminal. Believe me or not, we know you are not a criminal, but you're using the mind of criminal in order to become criminal. You need to know how many money al-Bashir to pay to war in order to not be killed. Where this money came from? From Sudan. You know how many people doesn't have food in order to eat day and night, and they die because of food in Sudan? And you as a president or Sudan, or those people that the member, you have paradise in your private home or private places as where you are. Last day, I heard and I watched al-Bashir address to Parliament and address the Sudanese in that day of the celebration of Sudan Days. Today, Sudan has 62 years and we still dying like a fly and separating our countries, and we don't know what is going on. You know exactly the mind of those criminals need to Sudan to be. You know that. We had it and I explained you some of those issues. They begin to separate Sudan to South Sudan. They now day and night fighting to separate Darfur to Sudan. They day and night fighting to south the Nuba Mountain to separate from Sudan. And I don't know which place is gonna be called Sudan. I am asking myself as a Sudanese. If you believe or not, and if you still continue on using the anime idea and this termination idea, this is the idea of anime wanted to Sudan to be like that. I telling you day and night. But we as a new generation, born in the genocide time, and now we left Sudan and we are in different countries, in Europe, in Middle East, in Africa, even in America, in Australia. Yeah, we left our country and we ran from those people. We've been thinking as that place is good. But oppositely, believe me or not, in our side is wrong. And that good we came, we understood where the anime idea came from and why you using it. And now we start to explain you some of the truths. But even we are not in the democracy place, what is called democracy. We are not in our country, and we are keeping ourselves safe in order to tell all these truths. But the day will become, we will put all these truths on the table to stop the genocide in Africa, to stop everything in Africa. I see and I'm watching. My time is so close to finish. Brothers and sisters, where you are, doesn't matter if you are in America or Australia or Canada or where you are, or Israel, you must come back home. Africa doesn't waiting from anyone mind, just only for our mind as the African. Nobody can come to make it Africa great, just only using to make it destroying and a lot of problem in Africa. If we are not use our mind, Africa cannot come back home. If you use the enemy's ideas, Africa day and night is will become down and destroyed. Lumumba, thank you for your experience and your day and night you explained about Africa. I learned about you a lot, and just only not the mean I learned about you a lot. African nation, and especially the new generation, learned and understood what you're talking about day and night. I hope all those countries, all our countries, must use your books in different school, and especially high school. I am not talking about the university, because I know the mind of anime is right now in the university. But in a high, new generation, it still doesn't understand what does that mean university, and doesn't understand nothing. In their high school, they start to write alphabet by different language in Africa. They have to use your own idea, because it is not your own idea. So Lumumba, this is the idea of Africa as we've been dreaming for a long time, and this we must take it day and night to talk about it. I will talk more next time. It is your friend called Fogo Bolbol, especially from Darfurian survivor, left to Darfur when I was so young in 2003. My village bombed by the Janjaweed militia, and when I left, I've been thinking day and night to grow up and go back to kill all those people. But I am sorry for that anime idea beginning to become in my mind. I understood what is killing me and what is a disaster facing to our country. What is bomb all my villages, or our brothers' villages or family villages in Darfur, and is still bombing, and all my own grandfather, my grandmothers, they still living in the different camps. And I know what is going on. We must step up. Never give up. Day and night we can talk and to send this message to our own people. Even those as they understood themselves as their enemy, they must respect our ideas, the new generation. We need our Africa free. Thank you so much. Nobody can do that. Only we as the African. Thank you.